guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is, I believe, episode 4 of my quickie color and catch up, I think is what I'm calling it currently. That name could be changed at any time. So I am continuing this page that I have been working on. It is in Maria Trolle's Shooting Star, and I am using the Marco tribute pencils. So today I think I'm going to try to add a little bit more to the clouds and possibly work on the skin tone a little bit more. So I am going to take this lemon yellow and just add a little bit, just a little bit to these clouds. I don't want too much yellow in this because it's going to make them turn a little bit orange, which you could kind of see up here. It was starting to turn a little bit orange. I just want like a little bit in there. So how is everybody doing? This video is coming out a little bit later than I would have liked. If you are subscribed to my channel, then you probably saw the post, the community post that I put up. I had an interesting week, to say the least, last week. I had some dental work done, and basically everything that could go wrong kind of went wrong. I've had problems before with the like the anesthetic that they inject you with. Sometimes I have like not a great reaction to it, and my dentist always says, you know, it's just adrenaline pumping through you and you'll be fine, so on and so forth. Okay, I'm switching back over to this dull lavender. And usually that's the case, but that really wasn't the case for me this go around. It just didn't, I don't know, like I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack. It was not a good reaction to it. And you know, that starts in, and then my stress levels go up, and it's just like a whole thing. I really wish they would just use something else when they numb me, but whatever. And then also my jaw decided to swell up, so I couldn't really talk. And this isn't really, I don't have a problem, honestly. I have a great dentist. They're great there. I've been very, very happy with them. This was just like a fluke thing. This was not anything that they did. I've always joked that I should be studied in a lab somewhere, because anything and everything that can go wrong sometimes will go wrong with my body. Like there was years ago, there was an antibiotic that they put me on. My regular doctor put me on, and they had to pull me off of it because I was getting, it's an antibiotic that you're not supposed to give to children because they get a very specific, like really, really bad side effect from it. And I was getting the side effect that children get. And I was not a child. I was nowhere near a child. I was a full grown adult. So it was just one of those things. It's like my body likes to do the opposite of everything that it's supposed to do. So I think this was just continuation on that front. So it just kind of sucked because I couldn't really eat very well. I couldn't talk. It just wasn't fun. So, and you know, I'm not one of those people. I know a lot of people like hate going to the dentist. They are scared of the dentist. I've never been one of those people that I'm not scared of the dentist. I mean, I don't know who like is like, "Ooh, yay, I get to go to the dentist today and get dental work done." I question anybody that's that gung-ho about going to the dentist, but I typically don't have like, I don't have a fear of going to the dentist, if that makes sense. But other than that, like I didn't do a whole lot. I did some, like, my husband and I did some preparatory planning this upcoming week. I'm filming this on a Saturday, and next Thursday is my 45th birthday. So we were kind of trying to figure out the plan for that day. I'm usually not like, I usually don't really care that much about going gung-ho for my birthday, but this year felt a little bit different. One, I'm turning 45. That feels kind of momentous. And two, again, if you've been along, you know, for this journey for a while, you know that I lost my mother. My mother passed away last September. And so this will be my first birthday without my mom. And birthdays were a really big deal to my mom, like a really big deal. My mom made or ordered my cake every single year that I have been alive so far. It was something she loved doing. When I was real little, she made them. And then when I became a teenager, every year she would take whatever I was like really into that year, and she would go to our local Dairy Queen and like give them pictures or whatever. And that's how they would decorate, you know, my ice cream cake that year. And then as I got a little bit older, she went back to making my cakes every year. And birthdays are just like, they were just like a really, really big deal for her. You know, Christmases were family. You know, that's what Christmas was for. Christmas was about everybody. And your birthday for my mom was just about you. It was your special day. And so this will be the first year that she's not here. And, you know, that's weighing on me. The reality of that is very much weighing on me. But I know that she would want me to enjoy the day and have a good day. And that's what I plan on doing. So I'm switching back to this pink. So we were trying to figure out, you know, what all we want to do that day. This is going a little bit orange with that yellow, I think. I don't know. Fake it till I make it with this, I guess. So we were trying to figure out what we're going to do. And I think we're going to go, we have a art museum in Kansas City. I live in Kansas, and Kansas City is a bit of a drive, but it's not too bad. Especially if you're from the Midwest. That's a day trip. That's like not even a day trip. That's like, I need to go to the store trip. But I think we might go to the art museum, and we might go to the planetarium. And then I have been saving up. I'm a Barnes and Noble, like the paid rewards tier member. And I've been saving up my rewards all year. And I'm going to go to Barnes and Noble and buy me some books. And I think we're going to go to Books A Million, and we might go to Blick, the art store. I haven't decided for sure. Sometimes I find that for Blick, their prices are better on the website than they are in store. And their price matching thing is really weird. I'm not a fan of how they do price matching. Like, they take into consideration what the shipping would have been. Like, it's bizarre. But, you know, sometimes I can still find, you know, good deals there. Or, you know, if I want something and I don't want to have to like get the minimum for free shipping, that can be, you know, a way to do that. If I just need like a couple extra pencils or something. So do you have any like birthday traditions in your family, or, you know, is birthdays just like kind of another day, or is there something in particular that you like to do for your birthdays? I'm always interested to hear. But yeah, so I mean, that's really been about it. I got a decent amount of, this is so orange up here. I put way too much yellow up here. I think I'm gonna have to try to darken it some, maybe. I don't know. Maybe going over it with the pink is not the best idea. Over that yellow anyway. Let's take the lavender, which is I think a little bit, is that the darker one or the lighter one? Let's see. I think the lavender is a little bit darker. We'll go in, just add a little bit here. I think I'm gonna have to get one more shade of purple, maybe a darker shade, to get just some more contrast in some of these areas. I know some people like, I think one of the reasons that people really like Prismacolors, aside from the fact that they're really good pencils, don't get me wrong, I love Prismas, I use mine quite a bit, is they're kind of like a smushing pencil, more so than a layering pencil. I like layering. It doesn't bother me to have to do like 50 layers. Like, it's just all part of the process, I guess. So I tend to reach for my Prismas for certain things. I really prefer Prismas for skin, for coloring skin. And then I don't like Prismas for hair unless it is Hannah Lynn books. I really like them for hair and Hannah Lynn books. But otherwise for hair, I tend to go towards more like a Pablo or a Polychromos. I'd say that out of all my pencils, and I've got a lot of pencils, I'd say that the Polys are definitely my favorites. I do really like my Pablos though. I'm trying to work towards getting a bigger set of those, a full set. I've been buying them. I think I got like a small set for my birthday or Christmas year last. And then I've been just, whenever I can find them on sale or anything like that, I'll buy some individual ones. So I don't think I'll ever get the complete Pablo set, simply because they have 3 metallics and I'm not buying the metallics. I don't see the point. Let me see. Let me find a darker purple here. I've got this color swatch logbook. Let's see. Using dull lavender and lavender. I want something still a little bit pastel. I think that's too pink. Maybe this, this fuchsia blue. I think this fuchsia blue would work. So let's see if I can find this in here. Oh, here we go. This is why I label all my pencils. It makes it so much easier. So let's see. Hopefully this isn't going to be too harsh. Nope, I think this works. I'm hopeful, you know, if YouTube doesn't decide to be finicky, I am hopeful to get this video up the same day I record it. And then I also have a couple flip throughs that I want to do of some new books that I got in the mail. And those books won't be in haul videos until probably September. I'm going to go back to the lavender here and just try to blend this out a little bit. Because I'm not going to do another haul video until September. But I wanted to get flip throughs up for them, because a couple of them, well, one of them's a new book, and I like getting those up just, you know, in case people are interested in getting them. Which does remind me another thing. I signed up for the Amazon affiliate program and got approved for it, which I thought the approval process for that was going to be more difficult. I literally think they'll just give it to anybody. I think you have to meet certain standards after you sign up for it, or else they cancel your account. What it means is that, like, for this video, I will put a link to this book. Like, if you are interested in buying this book, I'll put a link to it, to the Amazon sell page for it. And if you click on my link and buy it via that link, it's no different. Like, there's no difference for you on your end. The price is the same. There's nothing like that. It just means that I get like a small, and I do stress small, percentage of the sale. And so if you do decide to buy anything through those links, and I will always mark when it's an Amazon affiliate link. I won't just put a link there willy-nilly and not say it's an affiliate link. I find that shady, so I will not do that. And then I also, you know, I'll link to products on other websites too. Like, it doesn't, you know, whatever. But I thought I would do that because every dime that I make from this channel, I just put back into the channel. I stress the dime part because I'm not, you know, if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel because you think it's going to make you any sort of money, don't. It's not going to. it took me a year to be able to make enough for them to even give me the money. So yeah, I mean, whatever. But I mean, again, that's not why I made my channel, and that's not why I share links. I share links because I get frustrated going, like watching a video, and I understand like if it's a item that's not available anymore, or if it's just impossible to find or whatever. But I always appreciate, like, if you're showing me something, show me where you got it or where it can be bought. So I do try to provide links. If it's not something that is like really obvious, like, or it's something like, I don't usually do Temu links because they never freaking work. Stuff like that. So, this looks a little harsh with this dark. I'm not loving how this is turning out. This might be one of those where I just need to walk away from this section for a little while and then move on to another part of it, and then come back to it and try to blend it all out a little bit more. So I think I'm going to work on her skin a little bit. I've ran a bit over the 15-minute mark, but I've been working on this for like 2 videos now. So I'd like to do something else. Let's see. I think when I did her skin, I unfortunately did not keep track of this. I started pulling the other pins and saving them, but I didn't do these. Oh, I think her skin was maybe this light. I think it was cashmere. I think it was the color cashmere. So let's take this light flesh tone and see if I can. Actually, I don't think I colored her freaking ear. So let me take the cashmere and just go in on the ear just to do a base on it. Yeah, I think that's the same color. Yeah, this is the same color, this cashmere. This is the one that I used for her, for the base of her skin. So I'm going to do another layer just to add a little bit more color. And I think I'll finish up with that. And that will be the end of it today. And then next week, which I plan on getting this up earlier than next Saturday, the next video for this. I want to get back on my routine a little bit now that I can talk. I will, where was I going with that? I don't even know. My brain is just all over the place today. I'm hoping the lighting for this is okay. It's, I don't have like the thing that holds my phone over this, because I record on my phone. It doesn't have a light on it. And because I sit right in front of a window, so usually I get really, really good light. But it is a very overcast day today. So I'm not sure. Hopefully it will be okay. I don't like messing with the color settings or anything like that, or the brightness settings when I edit video, just because I think that it can make something, especially when you're working with color, I think it can make something look very different than what it actually is. It's one of the reasons why I was really happy when I set up in this room, because there was such good sunlight. And so it's a much more natural, like I feel like I see the colors in a more natural light. I mean, I do have an overhead light in here, but I think I have a daylight bulb in there. That thing is being noisy. So I wish that I was a faster colorist. I wish that I was farther along on this page than what I am. But it's just, you know, the reality of it. I'm not a super fast colorist. I don't know, maybe if I planned things out a little bit more and didn't just wing it, I would be moving a little bit faster, but I'm not great at that. I'm getting ready to start on a page in Hannah Carlson's new Christmas book for this like group color thing that Jazzy Doodle Designs is doing. I'll put a link to that channel and where she was posting about that. And I am kind of planning that page out a little bit, just because I have like a vision in mind for it. We'll see how that goes, but I don't know. Now, these Marco pencils, they're okay. I don't love them, but I also am not going to judge. I'm not going to completely judge a pencil based on one page in one book, because pencils are always going to work a little bit different based on the paper. I have pencils, you know, that work great in Amazon books, but that don't work as well in books with really nice paper. So I always like to do, you know, I always like to test a pencil, one on nice paper, and then again on like Amazon paper, because Amazon paper is some of the worst paper. So we'll see how these pencils work when I reach for them for an Amazon book. But I mean, they're okay. You know, I'm doing quite a bit of layering and I'm not noticing wax bloom yet, which is nice. So it makes me think that maybe they lean a little bit more oil than they do wax, which would be nice. I do prefer an oil-based pencil over a wax-based pencil. All right, so now I'm going to take the light flesh and go in, just darken a couple areas, but this won't be the darkest that I go on this. Just kind of doing a little bit of shading. Again, I like layering pencils. So this, you know, this is going to take, especially for this skin, this is going to take a lot more layers. Trying to figure out what color I should do her hair. Since I'm doing this in mainly a pastel, and I plan on kind of, I think I might do like some dark blues for the background behind here. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out maybe what color to do her hair in. Because of the way the hair is drawn or illustrated, I will probably go with more of like how I do Hannah Lynn hair, which is more of like a smushing as opposed to like the flicking. I like the flicking method a lot for like Mariola Budick, Daria Kakrasoy, Christina Caron, mainly like those people who have like really good grayscale. I just find it easier to do those with that. But I don't know. Any suggestions for hair color for this girl? Sometimes I feel like I default to brown and blonde way too much, and I should do maybe like a fun color. I'm not sure what that would be. Maybe some pinks? Maybe some blues to go with the earth, but then I think maybe that would blend too much into the background. This is why people plan their pages out, so they don't have to think of this stuff like on the frickin' fly. I hope this isn't frustrating, that these videos are a little bit on the shorter side and that I'm not making a ton of progress. I'm always very self-conscious about that, that that maybe for somebody who does coloring videos on YouTube, I just don't have enough output. Like, it's not that I'm not coloring, because I am. I color, you know, I will admit I don't color every day, but I color every week. I've just, you know, I'm slow. I take my time. It's a hobby, not a job. handy dandy brush. I have to look through these and try to find this. For being 240 pencils, this just does not have a lot of really good like skin tones. I feel like they either go a little too gray, a little too greenish. Now this drab, that's a lovely name for a color, and this tan might work for some of the darker highlights. Because I'll need, you know, another shade darker, and then probably to go in with something a little bit lighter just to blend it all in and do highlights. A lot of times for skin, I will use Gamsol or Holbein Melts to try to blend the skin together. I'm cautious about doing that with this just because I am not that familiar with these pencils. Okay, so I think, wow, we've definitely went over the 15-minute mark. So I think I'm going to stop there for today. I did not make as much progress as I wanted to, and I am not happy with how this is turning out. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to maybe get some of this orange out. I think maybe just going in with some more purple and some more of the pink. Not in places where I have the yellow, because that's what's making the orange. But maybe some pink in some of the areas I don't have the yellow, and then some more of the purple. Just really just go hardcore. And next time I might, you know, do a little bit more pressure just to try to get just a little more color laid down with these pencils. So if you stayed for this whole thing, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys have a great week. And until we talk, or until I talk, I guess, again, thank you.